started here. Okay, well, good evening, everyone. I am so excited to have you all with us. This is Christy Vogelsberg, and it is, what is it, Thursday? Oh, Thursday night. The dogs are excited even. No, it's Thursday night, the 31st, and we are having our launch call for our team's action game, and we need to think about we need to look at a picture for our crew, our car, if anyone has thought of anything or anything cute or fun name-wise for that. We'll get to that in just a little bit, but I wanted to go ahead and let you all do just some quick introductions, and I'll just start, and we'll just kind of bullet through. But I'd love for you guys to look at, maybe share with us, what is a goal that you have in coming through the action game. And then if this is the first time that someone has played, we definitely want to know that as well, because we want to be able to support you and give you a little extra TLC as we go through here. But my name is Christy Vogelsberg. I'm in Kansas City, and my husband JJ and I are national marketing directors and have been with the company almost 20 years now, which is crazy. But we have two boys that are 12 and 8. And what I really am focused on here for the month of September is really focusing on new frontline activity, new team members. I even said I love September because it's like the fresh slate when it comes to our health, and it's also that blank page when it comes to our business. And I have played the action game several times over the years and led several games. And really, I love the idea that once we get through the paperwork and kind of the muddly a little bit. It's a little muddly, just trying to get all the papers organized and know where we're supposed to put what and when. But once you get through that first week, it is really, really awesome to help keep focused on the high pay activities. So that's what I am really interested in. I've had, a lot of people I've dripped on over the summer that I'm excited to circle back with, and some new potential team members that are starting up. So just really getting a groove in place with more new orders and more team. And that was a big boost. I know when I played in January, is really increasing my paycheck because of customers that then has really stayed sustained over the past 6 months. So so new customers and new frontline team members is my focus for September for this action game. And Ruthie, you are next here. Why don't we hop over to you and tell us a little about you and what some of your goals are that we can help with.
I'm Ruth Day, and I actually live not that far from Christy. Yes. So she's in Park, Kansas, here in Kansas City. So there's a lot of new people I don't know here, which is awesome. I'm a senior sales coordinator, and actually you took the words right out of my mouth, Christy. I mean, definitely frontline, getting new team members. My team is also doing a big focus for 10 days along with the shred. It's not the shred, but it's actually focusing on our team. So this is just going to go right along with what we're doing, of course. And so, yes, frontline, new customers, and I have a big list. So I've been filling out profile sheets like crazy.
That's awesome.
And a lot of three-way calls. That is what I'm really focused on.
That is huge, and that is one I was going to point that out on our checklist too. So make sure, remind me if I don't emphasize that. Three-way calls. That's the way to get team, and especially team, but even customers, three-way calls. So that is awesome, Ruth.
Excited.
We are glad to have you and excited to cheer you on and us all do this together here. Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. I'm going to go ahead. I have Sally Jo. If you are able to unmute there, we'd love to have you share a little bit, girl.
Hi, I'm Sally Jo. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and goals for this action game is to increase my front line a lot. And that I want to increase, of course, will increase my pay line. So I want to be part of the Comma Club by the time this action game is done. So which is just a personal goal. I'd love to be SSC, but I don't think that's going to happen in a month.
Well,
but anyhow.
Yes. And you know what I like about that goal too, actually, it is real. Like that was one thing I looked at even personally towards the beginning of the year is, it's like, well, where our team, where are they, definitely getting to SSC is meaning other people are going to have to take ownership and rise up versus adding new customers and such. I mean, that's something you can do that. And I mean, obviously, yes, people have to say yes to the product, but you're way in more control of that. And then once you get really, really comfortable, really good, and get your own personal kind of customer building track record and just that super strong confidence that comes out of that, then it's way easier to evoke that in others that are going to, it just kind of seeps out of you like, well, I know how to do this. We can do this together. So that's fabulous.
Awesome.
That's good. Thank you. Awesome. Well, how about Connie, you're next. Why don't you share a little bit about you and what your goals are here for September for Action Game?
Hey, I'm Connie. I am in Phoenix as well, and my goal is to hit SC.
Yay! Yay! Sorry, I was muted. I'm like, it's a quiet yay. That is great. Are you close? Do you have your team? Do you have people in place, or is it going to be frontline people?
I need one more frontline. I need another VF frontline.
Frontline. Okay, excellent. That's awesome. That's only 10 households away, so that is very cool. One big push for a shred here in September, or getting ready for shred in October to finish out the month. That is fabulous. So yay. Okay, well, we will definitely be cheering you on here with that. Okay, and then let's go over to Miss Karen out at the ballpark and see if we can hear. Can you unmute?
Okay.
There you go.
I unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, I've got some background noise going on, but we'll work with it, right? So I'm Karen. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and I forgot the prelims of what you wanted from us, but I've been with Juice Plus quite a number of years, and really been trying to rock it here in the last year. I've been with Juice Plus about 14 years, and now's the time. So I do have a goal of SSC, but not for this Blitz game. But if it were to happen, that would be exciting. So my goals up front would be frontline. I already have a couple people lined up, ready to probably sign on when the action game starts, and then customers. So I'm just really trying to build that frontline and customer base. So it's pretty simple. I need to get comfortable with blitz calls. I don't like doing them, and so I avoid them at all costs. So I think that's going to be one of my challenges this time, is to get on those blitz calls and participate and see how I grow from that.
Yes. Okay. Well, and can we take 2 seconds and just explore that, because the blitz calls definitely are a big part of what we do. Can you, and this may not be, we could always carry this out on Voxer here later on if this is not a good time, but can you tell us a little bit, what do you feel like are the holdbacks for you on doing blitz?
I hate rejection.
Okay, so it's not the construct of the blitz call. It's not the action of getting on with a group and sending messages out. It's more explain to me a little more of what.
It's more the it's like I can send out text messages, and I can any type of emails or anything like that. I don't mind doing that. I don't even mind calling people and talking with people about it, as long as they know that the call is coming, and that they're aware of Juice Plus. I don't like doing anything cold turkey at all. So that's one of my big fears with it. And I don't like I always feel like when I'm doing blitz calls that maybe I'm ramming it down somebody's throat.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I guess that's just my fear. So and rejection along with that. So those things coupled with rejection, I don't like it.
Those are yucky, right? No, that makes sense. Okay, so here I have an assignment for you, and actually for anybody here who wants to take that. On the getting started, the checklist that is on the mission-driven model. Are you familiar with that? The checklist on just the main checklist on mission-driven model. Oh, I may need to move to a different place here.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with where that's at? Just the getting started checklist on.
Yes.
On mission driven. Okay.
Yes.
So and can you see my screen? Can you see me? Do you see us?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to quick share screen here for 1 second. Because this is really, it is super powerful here. I'm just going to go over to mission driven model and then pull up on here. Okay, so on the checklist, have you gone through the messaging blitz? Have you clicked on this recently or gone through this? Here.
Recently, no.
No? Okay. So that would be the first thing and then have you watched this training video that's up here? Is that familiar?
No, I have not.
Okay, so this was probably in the past several months, but I think this would be perfect for you. I think it's about 40 minutes, but it's like 2 NMDs and a Q, okay, who are training on message blitzing and why they were so uncomfortable with it, why they did not want to do it, they were resistant to it, and when they were educated really on how to do it, it was at a Branson boot camp. They were at I think like the Saturday night gathering or something at a boot camp, and someone's like, okay, if you haven't done this, let's just go to a separate room. Let me teach you how to do it. Joy Kelly taught him how to do it.
Oh, okay.
And so it was really them walking through like the details of how to do it, but also the mental side behind like why they were so resistant and how they were able to make some of those changes take place. So I think that would be a really great place, and again for anyone, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. So does that sound good, Karen?
I will definitely check it out.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, dear. Well, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and just mute. I'm gonna mute you there, but you can unmute if we need to in the future here. Okay. Very good. Okay. I'm gonna stop that so we can see everybody here again. Okay. And Julie, is Julie still there? I see her ceiling fan. She may be in the other room here. Okay, well, we'll see if she comes back in here. I know she was listening in. So, okay, guys. Well, the other thing then we want to talk about here just for a minute tonight is what is the purpose of our game as far as going through this month, and just to me, I always look at it's like kind of our why, what's our bigger picture of of where we're at with this. And yes, this is a construct of a game, and it's fun, and there's just healthy competition, and that that makes us all rise up. And I think about with my boys, they play baseball, and my son Keaton got to go play at the All-American games in Florida, and that was really amazing competition, and it was awesome for him to be in a position where iron sharpens iron, and he was able to get better. And so that's what I just want to encourage for each of you here. And as we play and with our team as a whole, the great thing is, at the end of it, it doesn't matter. We're all winners, and everyone that we talk to who has either seeds planted about Juice Plus or their health, or they actually get started on Juice Plus, that's the best thing, or they join our team or a mission, then that is the long-term win. And that's what we definitely want to keep in mind, is that we are wellness warriors that are out here. But just like you said too, Karen, I mean, we are, it hurts. I mean, it still hurts. Rejection still hurts. I mean, I still, there are times when it's like, okay, I've got to change my neural pathways because, this happened or that happened, or somebody let me down, or somebody said they were going to do something and then they didn't follow through, or they, threw it back in my face. And it's like, oh my gosh, okay, that just really, really hurts. So even 20 years into it, it still hurts, but you get over it because you hear other stories, and being in community is a big part of it. So when you get to, you have a team member call and say, oh my gosh, I got to change this person's health and they were so grateful and they had all these health issues happening and now they don't and they're feeling better. I mean, so I had one customer call this week. I had a customer who she barely, just like scraping by to be able to pay for Juice Plus for her son who has spina bifida, is in a wheelchair, could not go to school because he was sick all the time, frequent urinary tract infections, kidney infections, etc. And he's been several years now in the children's study. And I got to have a great conversation with her this week. And she's like, gosh, he's enrolled in college classes now and he's able to travel more. And he hasn't had one single UTI in 3 years since we started him on Juice Plus. This was the best decision we ever made. And, you hear those stories, that makes the positive stuff, makes the rejection and the painful stuff a little less painful, right? Because we know it's like, okay, I'm doing good. I've got good seed. I am planting it, and it's not going to always sprout, right? The birds are going to get some. We've all probably heard the Jim Rohn. Some of it's just going to wither away. Some of it sprouts, kind of like our tower garden. Some of it sprouts, then it dies. And we just have to replant because we know, like, okay, if we got good seed, we just have to keep sowing. We keep sowing and going, and eventually it's going to sprout and pop up. Let's see, Julie, are you there now? I think I see maybe part of you or a child. One or the other. Can you unmute and oh, there you are. No, it's you and the little head here. I do see a little one. Do you have a little one with you?
She's almost 2 months now.
2 months. Oh my gosh. Wow. What a cute.
I went somewhere quite to other loud ones, so and I'm on my phone, so that's probably not helpful.
No, you are awesome, girl. Well, tell us now, where do you live? And tell us a little bit about you and how we can help you.
Recently moved to Colorado in October, so it'll almost be a year. Mm-hmm. I started my business in Wisconsin, and then I kind of lost some customers as I came over here. Mostly my fault because I didn't keep in touch with them, but I had just started out, so. And I really didn't have any big goals when I first started out. I just kind of wanted to help supplement what we're spending for my husband to be able to take, because he gets really bad migraines. Mm-hmm. And then, so I'm a massage therapist by trade, so it just kind of made sense to me. And then I had my own business for a little while in Wisconsin, and I kind of used it hand in hand with that. So I'm kind of getting back into it. I have some really good encouragement, Tara and Caitlin, Tara Weiss and Caitlin Sharp. So it's my first time playing. Excellent. And what else am I supposed to share?
Oh, that's, yeah.
So my biggest goal is probably just to kind of get some action back in my business. I really haven't had any sales in quite a while, and I just put a trio order in recently, so that was kind of exciting. And then I think kind of got me going a little bit, and I've just kind of been figuring out how. I have 2 reps, and I'd like to get one of them to VF in the next month, but we'll see. So my goal is to get 2 conference tickets and a bonus, so I can go to conference.
Yes.
Otherwise, yes. I actually have a wedding like that same weekend, but I would really like to go if I can get some cheap flights. So
yes.
Those are kind of my goals.
Excellent. And whereabouts in Colorado are you, Julie?
I'm not too far from, so Tara I don't know if you know Tara. I'm assuming you do. So
Yes.
she's in California. I'm probably about 20 minutes from her in Highlands Ranch.
Okay, you're in Highlands Ranch. Okay, very good. Okay, guys. Well, and that is, you brought up a good point here too with the bonus money. So everyone knows that the summer surge was extended here through September. So anyone, if you do a 30-day 2,000 plus, you will get a $350 bonus and a conference ticket, as does your sponsor, both the bonus and the conference ticket. Sales coordinators, again, that has doubled. So $1,000 if you're doing a 4-month to sales coordinator, and then $750 if it's 5 months, and then $500 if it's 6 months. So, which is the standard. But again, some really awesome bonus money that is on the table. I know that has several people highly incentivized. So definitely try to take advantage of that if at all possible. That is awesome. And there was, I know there was one thing I was just thinking about, Julie, that I wanted to share. Do you guys ever listen to the Wendy Campbell, her Monday night team calls or the archives?
To some recorded ones. I went on one of her calls.
Okay. And did you get to hear, and for everybody too, this is one of my most favorite ones here recently, is the Julie Herbst, the DMO call. Is that familiar? Does everyone know how to access those through the Campbell team website?
Oh, yeah. And with
the password? Yes.
Right?
Yep. And I'm going to, I think I'll just make sure everybody knows how to do that. I'm going to share screen here real quick again. Get back over there. Oops. Okay, so campbellteam.net, and then the password will just be Campbell Team. It's already typed in there. Yeah, all lowercase, all run together, Campbell Team. And then under call series, the Monday night call series. And let me get those pulled up there. See, your guys' beautiful faces are covering some of them. There we go. You can see down there now. Okay, so it was a few down, but this one here, which again, you can right above the picture, you can click on it and you can play the recording. So DMO, the one thing, as far as Julie, you'd mentioned, I'm trying to get back in a routine and whatnot, that the action game is perfect for that, because it really, again, it compresses the learning curve. It really focuses on what are my high pay activities. But this was, again, 20 years of listening to conference calls and things. I mean, this was one of my truly most favorite calls. Like, I've gone back and listened to this several times. The other thing I did was to check out the book that was referenced, which is The One Thing, which is with Gary Keller. Reading through that, it's like I can't wait to get up to bed so I can read it, and sometimes that's hard to do. But that has really been it is very captivating, and it is so awesome on just helping us to streamline and really looking at what are the key things, like what is the most important thing. And there's a lot of things that are great out there, and there's a lot of information, or even you can say, oh my gosh, well, look at the missiondrivenmodel.info. It's a great website, but it's like, but what's the most important thing? You could spend 180 hours going through that, but it's like, how do I hone in and help me decide what's the very most important thing? And so that definitely takes us over to our weekly tracker and our points. Will say, I was just playing with putting numbers in to make sure that everything was formatting right. But so for the action game though, the things that we're really going to be focusing on though, first and foremost, and I've heard that again from so many of you, is we're focusing on new customers and then frontline activity. So again, really in this order, we're going to be starting out with conversations with people. Maybe it is sending a blitz messages or texting out. And the key thing that because I've had a lot of our team that was like, oh, I don't know about these blitzes but the thing about blitzes is you are you are throwing seeds out there. You're personalizing it, but you're throwing seeds out there. Hey, so-and-so, I thought of you, or hey, there's a great Facebook party that we have coming up. I thought of you, thought it might be something that you might be interested in learning about. If you'd like more information, I'd love to have you join me, or would you like to join me? Question mark. Or, whatever your scripting is. And that document on the mission driven model has all sorts of scripting on there. But the idea is you're just putting kind of like a ripple in the water. You're putting it out there because we don't know like who is interested or who is not interested. But if we're going about it though, if we're going about it in a way that we are truly, if we're truly connecting with them and leading with questions and having it be open-ended where they have to answer back, yes, I'd love to join, please send it, then we don't ever have to feel like we're pushing or forcing or, like throwing up on people or whatever. We're just asking them if they are open or if they would like to learn more. And they can say, no, this isn't really on my radar, but thanks for thinking of me. That's where, you've got to be a little tough. But again, for each one of those that you get, you're going to get several that are going to come back and say, wow, yes, thanks for thinking of me. Please send me more information. So if we don't ask any of them, we have to go through some of the no's in order to get the ones that are going to say yes, if that makes sense. Because we don't know, a lot of times we don't know who's going to say yes and who's going to say no. So if we just sit in fear of the no's, we won't ever reach the yeses. And that is selfish. That's selfish on my part. If I don't put it out there and I get too scared of the no, it's selfish for me to keep this to myself when there's somebody else out there that's like, oh my gosh, I would have been a yes, but you never asked me. Or maybe when you told me about it, now I'm already dealing with this horrific health condition or whatnot. So I have to be strong, right? We have to be brave leaders and really embrace it and be strong and move forward. So that may sound harsh, but it really, you have enough people, for me, I've had enough people over the years that I haven't said something to who things have come back or things have not been well for them. And then we maybe talk about it later and they're like, oh my God, why didn't you tell me about this? You've been doing this for 20 years and you never told me about it. Why? If you think it's so great, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, because I was scared. I don't know. Because I didn't think you would be, what? Come on. So yeah, that hurts a lot when you see that, when you see that happen to a friend or somebody you love. So, okay. So, across the board though, we're going to start with these awesome conversations, whether they're texting that then, or blitzing or one-on-one or emailing or whatever it's going to be. But if you're doing it virtually, the idea is you're going to want to take it to a live conversation. And that's exactly how I work that system is I text out a lot of messages just to see who's interested. And the ones who are interested, then I schedule the live appointment or the phone appointment or the Zoom or the whatever with. So that's the way really to move people through a funnel, we'll say, with it of towards elevating their health. And if we have those conversations, then it may be doing a 3-way call, especially if you're new or maybe you're trying to get back in the game here with it, is call upon your team leader, call upon your NMD, reach out to them and have them do some calls with you and have them get the order for you. You're there just to listen and to learn and to be empowered, but let them take the order for you. And then you're going to get credit for it. You're going to put it in, or they'll teach you how to do that if it's been a while, but let them do that because they're really awesome at doing that and they've done it a lot or they wouldn't be an NMD. So let them do what they're good at, which is talking to people and helping you get orders. And again, then building towards the live events. And I really, personally, I think it's always a great idea to already have had a conversation, already maybe to had that one-on-one call, or maybe even a smaller in-home event. You do those, then people are going to be way more likely to come to a bigger live event or to say yes to conference if they've already had a lot of exposure when it comes to relationships, whether it's getting on a Zoom call or whatnot. So again, talking with your team leader, whether it's about 3A calls about the product or about the business or inviting to conference. Again, they've all had more experience and more success in all of that than we have, right? Our who brought us in or is our team leader. So anyway, so I just wanted to hit a couple things on here. Does anyone have questions about the point trackers here before we hop off? Yes, Sally Jo. Yeah, go ahead.
Can we go over the box count real quick? I jotted some things down, and sometimes I don't get to open the packages, so I'm not sure how many boxes are in there. So it says that the Tower Garden would be 9, so it's 3 times 3 would be 9. And then Orchard and Garden is what? Is that just one box? 3 points?
Yes, so I believe the way Nyla had that is box count. Let me pull back over here. Let's see if it was on this sheet. But typically it is one. Let's see where she's got that. Blah blah blah. It goes on page 2. Okay. So if someone, how many points do I get if someone orders, say, premium or shred? So you're getting 3 points for Orchard and Garden. So they consider that one box since they could order Vineyard separately. So then you'd basically get credit for Orchard and Garden as 1, credit for Vineyard as 2, and then let's say they did the premium where they did the big bags and the single serves. So you're putting in essence 2 orders of the complete. You get points. You get credit for a 3rd credit and a 4th. So 4 times 3. So that a premium order would be worth 12. A shred 10 order would be 6. Let's see. I don't have any fingers. What would we say? That'd be 4. So 6 times 3, so it'd be 18. If they did a premium shred order, so they had 4 boxes of complete with the Orchard Garden with the Vineyard. So in total, that'd be 6 box count. Does that?
Okay, and then the Omegas are 1 box.
And then Omegas would be 1. Yep, that's
okay,
definitely high.
Bars? Bars are 1 box.
Then I would count those like as 1 order. 1 order would be 1 box. Yeah, so just like you do the complete. If they were doing a 60 servings, would be an order, just like the complete.
Okay, so if someone ordered an Orchard and Garden by themselves, that's 1. If they ordered a Vineyard by themselves, that's 1. And then, of course, the trio would be considered 2.
Yep.
Why is it considered 2? Oh, because there's 2 boxes inside.
Well, and because, some people do still order the duo, so they're giving you extra points. Personally, I think it should just be 1 order for the trio because everybody should be starting with the trio. But at this point, you get extra points by just doing what we all should do, which is starting them on all 3 blends. But let's say, for somebody, you had someone that they just very entry point and all they wanted to do was an Orchard Garden children's health study. So they got Orchard Garden, they got Orchard Garden chewables for free, then that would be 1 credit or 3 points. So again, a children's study, because that's free, you're not getting points for that one. So it's not truly boxes. Like when she, looks up here, if it's adult chewables, well, since that's a double order, do I get the point? No, it's still just 1 order. But if you did chewable, the trio order, you would get 1 order of the Orchard Garden, and then you would get 1 order of the Vineyard. So that would be.
It's a total of boxes. So 3 points each would be 6 points.
Right.
Okay, and then you don't get any. Then you're not getting credit for the children's health study, correct? Because that's not.
Because it's free. Right.
No.
Right. Yep. That's
free. Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yep.
I'm straight.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Ruth. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, I gotta round up my children.
Hold on. Just 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry. We're back. Go ahead, Ruth. Go ahead. The complete.
Let's say you got the singlets or the sachets, whatever they call. going to get vanilla and a chocolate if you do the variety, but it's only going to count the 3 points.
That is correct. If you're putting in just one order of variety, then, and I would think of it more of, well, yeah, we'll just say it's one order. It's one order of variety, 60 servings it would be one order. Now, if you're doing one full order of chocolate and one full order of vanilla in the single serves, then you would get 2 credit, so 6 points.
And then Tower Garden, it says 9.
So it's 3. It's considered 3
Yes.
boxes times the 3 points that it says on the sheet.
Okay.
So that's 9 points. So a Tower Garden is considered
Okay,
3 boxes.
Yeah, I'm looking at that same sheet. I just want to clarify.
Yeah, so a Tower Garden would be 3.
Christy, can I just confirm
points. Yes.
I was just going to confirm the sheets are due Tuesdays by 5 p.m. Is that right?
Yeah, let me make sure I have the dates, but not the physical when those are, but I think that is right. So, okay, so they, like their first one, we'll look at calendar. First one is due September the 12th. Well, let me pull this other calendar up here. That might be easier. So yes, so September 12th is our, got too many things open. Yes, so we're starting the 5th. So you'll go the 5th through the 11th. And so then things will do by 5 o'clock on the 12th. Or if you know, that's the other thing. If you know by Monday night, it's like, hey, I've got everything tallied up. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm not going to be texting at midnight. I definitely feel free to go ahead and send it in, Monday night late, or send it to me then, or send it to me first thing in the morning. But ideally, yes, if you can get them in by 5 o'clock on the 12th, and then I need to turn them into Nyla then the next morning. So I'll tally all of our points and then turn those in the next morning. Oh,
Thank you.
Good. Oh, let's see. Did someone else? Oh, I'm not sure if somebody else was trying to speak here. Anyone? No, I think everybody else is muted. Okay. All right. Well, so last quick thing, and we can talk about this on Boxer as well, but if anyone has any fun ideas for team car, team name, anything like that, and again, we can always send that out on Boxer here too. But anybody have anything super cute that they had been thinking about? All right.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It sounds.
Yeah.
I love if we could find something like Mater. I love Mater from that movie
Cars. I was thinking about the car. I was thinking that Lightning McQueen kind of came to mind.
Something like that, or even Mater, because he's just absolutely so stinking cute.
Cute. Yes.
Just something kind of animated and not so serious.
Right. Now that may be, I don't know, we could have like Tomater with a tomato or something.
Like vegetables, Tomater.
Right. The tomatoes. No, that'd be cute. I like that. Well, definitely. Well, let's see. Or if I know Emily, Overachiever Emily, she Spiegelbar, they had a cute little pic collage that they put out. I wasn't sure. Pedal to the Metal, or of course they did. Yes. I will say I did learn last year when she did her YouTube on how to organize for the action game, which I really love. So I do have my folder. That would be the one thing before we sign off here, I would encourage you guys to think about doing here is, printing off. So you've got like, here's all your blitz calls and your team and your points, like when are your points due? Have that in. You got it there. Good. Have your sheets, got all your sheets in there. And so this will just go with you all month. And then the big thing though, I would really try to get focused on here over the weekend is one, clearing the decks and making your own salad jars up, how ideally your events and things, but get your freezer stocked if you need to, and try clear the deck as much as you can with any extraneous activities so that you can really focus as much as possible in on your business and activity. Okay, that's the one thing, it's the one thing for 4 weeks for September. Really try to give it your all, right, with it. And so, look at what are the big events in your area. Is your team doing Facebook events? And our team, we're going to be doing this coming Thursday night, and then the next week it'll be on a Wednesday. So if anyone wants to be added to those, it's just a generic Healthy Living Revolution, like a 30-minute Facebook party. But if anybody wants to be part of that, I would definitely love to have you guys do that. And then I'll send in our group as well. We call it Sunday night stories, and it's something where I usually have I have a few people on. It's something we just have really started, but I'll send that out as well. And what I'm finding, though, it's been a really fun way to bring on, say, maybe it's brand new customers that are just finishing their first shred, and then kind of interviewing them of why they got started, what did they see, what were the benefits, what was maybe their favorite recipe out of the shred guide that they tried. And so it's just really off the cuff, but it's on Zoom. So it kind of gets them through that learning curve a little bit with some of our technology. And they don't have to be perfect, but it's been really powerful. I have a couple people who've been on just as customers listening, and then maybe now have shared a story, but it almost like it solidifies their own personal experience, sharing it in front of the group. So they're now sharing it with other people, and now we're having business conversations this week. So definitely, we do them Sunday night at 7. So I'll send that out, and then I'll post in there when we have a Facebook event, and make sure all of us are friends on Facebook. So if you guys, you're more than welcome to plug into any of our personal team things as well. Or if you guys have anything going on that you want to plug in or open up to this group on, just send it in our Voxer chat. And anyone who wants to do it, maybe just press the heart button, and that way we'll know that please add me. In other words, that means please add me to that. So I think that would be great. And then go ahead and if you can get your calendar in place if you're going to do live events or a taste of the shred or shred prep or celebration of the shred. Maybe it's after the shred you're going to do a live event, or you have a speaker in your area. So you guys kind of know the drill, but I would just try to get all those things outlined in the calendar, so when Tuesday morning hits and you're ready, like, okay, I'm ready to start inviting, it's not, okay, let me spend all day getting organized. Like, try to jump into Tuesday, knowing what you're doing, knowing what your main thing is and what your focus is, and get those things inked in and on the calendar so that you're ready to rock. So,
and what's Julie's last name, Christy?
It is, let's see, I think it's an S. Shirley, Shirley. Julie Shirley.
And then what was the other gal's name who couldn't stay on? She couldn't hear, so she dropped off.
I think it was Kimberly Lodenstein, Lodenstein. Lodenstein. Yep.
Connie, what's your last name?
I don't mean to be rude, but I'm going to check out.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, ladies. Absolutely.
I have to go. I have another Zoom call.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, Connie, what's your last name?
It's Stufflebeam, STUFFLEBEAM.
Very good.
Okay, thank you.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you again all for making time to be on here this evening. Everyone get to bed if it's Well, my time, it's almost 9. So that's way past pumpkin hour for me. So you guys have a super, super night. Reach out if you have any questions, anything I can help with over the weekend. And then the big thing I would encourage to with our Voxer group is have that be something, if you have questions or just to encourage each other or something that is working, throw that in there. But again, my job really is to be that facilitator of the group. But you guys have so much experience. We have so much wisdom, and there's so many things, like something you may have heard or maybe read I haven't read or I haven't listened to. So it's definitely not that I'm like, woo, I'm the almighty, whatever. Is you guys pitch in, hey, here's what's working for me, or here's how I'd answer that. So please do that. Okay, Ruth, yes.
Oh. Suggestion is jumping on Voxer and like wins and wows. I mean, definitely.
Yes, definitely.
Because it revs us all up.
Absolutely.
Right?
It does. Yes.
Question, or hey, I'm struggling with this. Trying to stay on the positive, of course, but definitely the wins and wows really gets us going.
Definitely. Absolutely. Or if there's, you're sending a text messages out and you're like, how would you answer this back? What would you guys say? Things like that. That is totally good. That's totally cool. And yep. And then I would encourage everybody to probably primarily use their team leader for their 3-way calls, just because each of our teams that are all playing, we're each going to be bombarded with connection calls, and for the long-term aspect of it, the continuity, definitely you're going to be working long-term with your own team member and such. But in general, though, if there are just even amongst you guys, though, if there's sideline things or things where you guys buddy up, or like, hey, I could really use help with such and such, then definitely don't hesitate to reach out to each other or to me and help in that way. But I would, Nyla wants us to kind of encourage to go, first, if you can, go with your upline, because they're going to be the one that's in the long haul, the long haul road race here with you. So, yes. So excellent. Well, again, thanks for making so much time, everyone, for being on. And anything else before we hop off here tonight? Anything last minute?
Do you want us to just send you images that we like for the car, or what are we going to do with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think that is awesome. Or even if there's, if you want to do anything cute or pic collage-y, I was thinking like a picture tomato with like a tomato behind him or something. I don't know. The tomatoes, I don't know. That's cute though. We're like
the tomato.
Yes, you can like superimpose a couple. So if you're creative like that or want to throw anything out there, that sounds awesome. So, and again, I just, go for it. And points wise, I think we were going to shoot for, I think we had like 125, I would encourage like shooting for 125 points in a week personally, like have that be the bar that is set, and then see, let's see where we all end up. But I would really look at trying to hit it, especially with all those connection calls and things that or initial, reaching out. There should be a high number we should be very high on the initial calls and follow-ups and such. Like that doesn't take very much time to have quick text messages with people to then schedule the meeting. So I would expect your numbers would be higher, here during this first week of your initial connections, because you're going to be, just pinging out a lot of people to see who's interested. And then those numbers may be lower next week, because the second week, you're going to be spending more time on 3-way calls or meeting for coffee or meeting for events where, that may take, you may have an hour or two that you're meeting with someone for coffee to really develop a great relationship with them, versus the week one, in 1 or 2 hours, you could be sending out, 50 messages, right? But that meaningful relationship conversation you're having that next week is going to result in you getting those orders. So your points will add up higher in that aspect once you're getting the customers or doing those connection calls, or then sponsoring that new team member because you had that face-to-face more time. So I would definitely, definitely look at that. And kudos for those that already have some people in the pipeline. Then definitely you're going to just be rocking it out all over the board, because you're going to be reaching out to new ones and sponsoring new team coming on. So so that's awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you again. Have a great night. And I would say my goal is just for us to probably stay connected on Voxer on a regular basis, versus trying to schedule a time each week where we're doing a live Zoom. I know we've got a lot of Blitz calls and things you can plug into, and those are all on Zoom. So you get this type of a synergy, but you can do them, more than once a day even. I would highly encourage, try to get on as many Zooms as you can in that way, and then let's stay connected via VoiceVox over the week. So, okay, thanks guys. Have a wonderful, safe holiday, and we'll see you on the flip side here, guys. Toe maters. Okay, bye-bye.